All right, so we discussed using apostrophes when we have possessive nouns, but what happens when we have a possessive pronoun? Well, judging from this title, you can tell that we do not use apostrophes for possessive pronouns. Why not? Well, the pronoun itself, already being possessive, does not need an apostrophe. Remember, we use the apostrophe sometimes to indicate possession, but if the word already indicates possession, there's no need for the apostrophe. Here's an example. His shoes, right? We already know the shoes belong to him. I didn't need the apostrophe. And therefore, the answer on the right, his shoes, that's going to be wrong because we have an apostrophe at the end that's not needed. Likewise, the book was hers on the bottom. This is going to be the correct version, and we would definitely never see it like that. Let's go over some of the possessive pronouns. So yours, ours, mine. Let's go over these two in detail. Whose and hers. So theirs, right? There's multiple versions of this word, so let's go over them together. So this first one over here, this is going to be possessive, whereas this one is a contraction between they and are. We also have this, so we don't want to confuse those. But just so you know, right, the one without the apostrophe is possessive. Likewise with its, I will put that up here. So its, right, its. That one is possessive. It's her car. And this one would then have to be a contraction. So this would be it is. And down here, what if I did its, right? Something like that. Right, that does not exist, so that is not a word. You see that? Automatically eliminated. In fact, we want to pay attention to apostrophes, as you can use the process of elimination to help decide which answer is correct or which ones are just plain incorrect. Let me go through an example here. So although change can be difficult, comma, it's often more harmful than helpful to limit new experiences. So which one of these can we automatically just eliminate because we know it's wrong? Right, the one on the far right. This thing right here, the apostrophe after the S, that's not a word. So we have two options. This is either a contraction between two words, as in it's here, which is it is, or it is indicating possession. Okay, so the best way to answer this question is, well, if it is a contraction, I could just use it is in place of its. Let's do that and see if it makes sense. Although change can be difficult, it is often more harmful than helpful to limit new experiences. There we go. So it sounds correct. If we used it in that way, we know the sentence would work. So therefore, that's going to be the solution. This is a contraction. It's not a possession. And if you thought it might have been possession, you can always ask yourself, well, if it's possession, then there's some sort of ownership, and there is no relationship like that in this sentence. And once again, note that it's is not a word.